Hello, good evening. Happy Monday. We're here with our weekly update for Leo Glossary and INLEO. And tonight, one of the first things we're going to talk about is the Leo shorts. So, so Taskmaster, why are we doing this? I mean, what's the push, or what's the motivation behind doing these shorts?
Well, anybody who listened to the Lion's Den on Friday, Cal was on, and we talked about the flywheel effect, and we talked about different flywheel effects. And one of the things when you look at media, primarily video versus audio, and you look at the market cap valuations, when you look at audio companies, video companies, and gaming companies, it's not even close. Video companies are worth a hell of a lot more than even gaming companies, which are worth a lot more than audio companies. And I forget the numbers, but I think it's the total market cap of video companies. Obviously, these are publicly traded. Is I think 4x that of gaming and 8x that of audio, but it might
Wow.
even be even a wider spread. Might be 8x of gaming and 12x of audio. It's a big difference. So if Leo's going to do anything, it's going to have to be based around video. Not exclusively, but there's got to be video content. If there is not video content, you have nothing. And I think most people have realized the absurdity of Hive's, I don't know, retro viewpoint. Well, we're a blogging platform. Well, blogging isn't worth any money. Blogging doesn't appeal to the masses. You're talking about 5, maybe 10% of the internet population really gives a crap about blogging. So, just like microblogging or threads or X or whatever is very popular, is a step in the right direction, you also need multimedia. Just a bunch of text threads really does nothing. It's not going to stimulate any engagement. And so the idea here is first and foremost to get video. And I'm kind of going to the shorts question in a roundabout way, but I
It's all
think
right.
it's important to have the background.
Right.
So when you look at YouTube, there's 15 years, probably closer to 20 years at this point, of video on there. All kinds of stuff that can be posted on LEOGlossary. And we've done that for months now with music on Leo, but you can post damn near anything. I mean, well, you can post anything off YouTube because everything there is safe for work. You know, not everything's age appropriate, but everything's safe for work at least.
Right.
And you just have a wide array of what you can pull from. There's movies on there. Okay, granted, most of them that have stickability. And what I mean by stickability is not the newer stuff, which is under the free with ads because YouTube rotates them, as I found out. But you know, you can go back and find some old westerns and old type of stuff like that, and there'll be the full film that you can post up there from John Wayne days and that type of thing. But you have comedy, you have news, you have you name it. People doing videos about cryptocurrency, people doing videos about technology, people doing videos about hobbies, people doing videos about sports. You know, there's sports bloopers and all kinds of stuff there. This stuff needs to be on Leo. Really. It's just that simple. And this goes back to what I discussed on the Lion's Den about, and I've mentioned it on this show, the digital platform business model and kickstarting that. And the key to that is to create greater quality and quantity of interactions. And there's that word again, quality. Now, quantity of interactions is very simple. The problem is people always jump to the conclusion, oh, more users. No, that's one way, but that's only one way. You need more interaction. And video is a way to get people interacting because somebody can press play on a video, they can vote on the video, they can comment on the video. But then you have the added bonus. Enhance the thread. So you post a video, put a poll with it. Let people vote on the poll. Now you can vote on the thread itself, at least for
Uh-huh.
7 days. But then there's a poll. What did you think of this video? Great, terrific, it sucked. Whatever. 1, 2, 3 star. Whatever you want to put on there. And so now you have increased the opportunity for engagement on this thread. As I also said, we are not going to realize the full benefit of this stuff until we have A, improved search, and B, more importantly, a recommend engine for threads, just like YouTube. And I've said it a number of times. Imagine going to YouTube and listening to a song, let's say. And you go and listen to a song, and that's it. Nothing else there. No recommend, no, hey, here's another song by this artist or more music you would, nothing. Just that's it. That's all you get is that window of the song. Well, obviously, the activity that people would engage with on YouTube would diminish greatly. In fact, very few people would use YouTube because you probably have to search for everything. And who the hell wants to do that? Well, that's Leo. So that has to be resolved, but that's out of our hands. But again, don't wait until it's there to start filling the database. So that's the video perspective. Now, why shorts? Leo shorts in particular. Well, everybody and their brother knows shorts are very popular. You only have to look at TikTok and what mess that is created and ruckus that's caused to know that it's popular. YouTube has shorts. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how in the hell to get anything from TikTok on Leo. It doesn't embed, it doesn't do it. Okay. So YouTube videos will embed YouTube shorts. You can't use the URL, that doesn't work. You have to put up the thread, then embed the video in the thread, mostly using the edit feature because if you want to show up on the latest screen. But that's content that's already out there. And that's necessary, that's needed. And again, that's useful. I put up a couple or 3 of those a day just off of YouTube, whatever I find. I use Leo short tag. It's content, it's information. A lot of it's timeless because it's just people doing little, it's a lot of different stuff that
Uh-huh.
people watch. But then we need to deal with the original content. And this is where Cal comes in on the Lion's Den. And Cal basically said, in no uncertain terms, video on Leo is on the back burner. It's not happening anytime soon. He is not directing resources to video. Now, I think that's a mistake, and that's the purpose of this. I understand where he's coming from because we've seen this time and time again. And this goes back to what we've discussed on a number of occasions. Users, not owners. People will bitch and moan. Oh, we need this. We need GIFs or GIFs, however you call them.
Right.
Well, we don't have them. This is awful. This place sucks. We don't have them. They're turned off. Blah, 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 blah. People bitching and moaning. They get turned on. They're used for one day. The main feed filled up for a day. Everybody was playing around with them. And then what happened? They're rarely used. We need rethreading. We can't live without rethreading. We need rethreading. How many people rethread something during the day? Very few. And so now you have a situation where you're talking about some hardcore development, a lot of resources going into development. People are saying it would be cool to do this, it would be cool to do that. And it goes back to the proof of concept. If you don't prove anything to Cal, he's just going to ignore it. Because it's Little Red Riding Hood and Crying Wolf, or whoever the hell cried wolf. Been there, done that. Yeah, we need this, and nobody uses it. So months of development and developers and resources are put towards video, bring out video, and nobody uses it.
Well, it's like a kid crying for a toy, and then you give them the toy, and then
exactly. Exactly. So what I did is I wrote up a workaround. And by using a repository, and you can use YouTube or you can use 3Speak. I prefer to use 3Speak just because I've never uploaded anything on YouTube and don't want anything on YouTube. So I upload a video to 3Speak. I film a short. I upload it to 3Speak. I decline rewards. It's around a minute, most of what I do. Then once the video posts on 3Speak, I create a thread with the title, tag it, submit the thread, then edit the thread, grab the embed code off 3Speak because 3Speak URLs won't work. So I grab the embed code off 3Speak. I put the embed code in the edited thread, hit thread, and now and sometimes I even put a poll in there. And now I have a short. Now there's a Leo short. This is original content. It's me. It's my thoughts, my whatever. And it's on Leo. And the idea is, can we get 30, 40, 50 of these a day? If you get that over a sustained period of time, then maybe we can make the case to Cal that this would be utilized. But until that happens, and we know intimately what happens, people lose interest. They'll start for a couple days and then they stop. And that's not going to cut it. So to be honest with you, I'm not very optimistic because I know how people on Leo are. They're lazy. They are incompetent. They do not think like owners. They have no discipline. And this to them is just like any other social media platform, except they can try to scalp some rewards. They do not make it a business. They do not act like owners. They do not take the initiative to try to improve the place. In fact, you see it by the way they behave. They show up and say, well, I haven't been here in a while. If you owned a business, would you only show up once in a while? Of course not. You'd show up every damn day. You know, when people say, well, I haven't made a blog post in a week, and you're telling me you're a content creator, you're full of crap. You know, would a professional athlete go a week without working out? I mean, maybe if they're in the off season, they take a couple weeks or a month off after the season, but they get right back into it. And they're usually, even if they're not, working at their craft, they're usually hitting the gym or doing some running, doing some push-ups, stretching, maintaining their body.
Right, some kind of maintenance.
Yeah, they don't take, I didn't feel like doing it. You're not serious. And this is the major gripe with this is why Web3 is so far a failure. I mean, there's still infrastructure issues, and there's still a lot of development that needs to take place. So I don't discount that reality. But on the community side, you do not have business entrepreneurial mindset. You have people who talk a good game, but at the end they're full of shit. And you can tell that by their behavior. Just watch their behavior. They come and go. And they have all kinds of excuses. And we know what excuses are. So the bottom line is they don't make it a priority. If it was a priority, you would get 5 shorts a day up. It's not that hard. If you go for 45 minutes to or 45 seconds to a minute, even on your phone, that takes 5 minutes. Okay, maybe 10 minutes if you start because you're trying to think the topic or whatever. Okay, so 10 minutes, you have 5 videos. Okay, it'll take you longer to upload them to YouTube because not to YouTube. Well, I don't know about YouTube because I don't know how that operates. It'll take you longer on 3Speak because 3Speak each video is a blog post. So you got 5 minutes in between. But you can throughout the day upload 5 videos to 3Speak. Then you just take them and embed them into. You take the embed code and throw a thread up. That takes very little time. So it's not like we're looking at major time commitment. But how many people are committed to doing even 5 shorts a day? And, I mean, how many people say, well, I reached my goal of 10 threads today? 10? You should hit that just in replying to threads that you have. Your notification should have more than 10 in there. I mean, it's just simply baffling. And, that's where the problem is. And that was the point I was trying to make on the line stand. Cal was talking about the revenue flywheel. And I was trying to drive home the fact we, being in the community, needs to kick off our own flywheels. And it doesn't necessarily directly impact revenue, although it ultimately will.
So when you do them, do you record them on your laptop or on your phone or?
For the most part, I do them on my laptop. I've done a couple on my phone. I set my phone up for it, but I don't go anywhere. So I typically can do them on my laptop. I mean, if I go out to the beach, I may start shooting some quick videos out on the beach, stuff like that. But on my phone, and then I can upload them from my phone to 3Speak and just do the same thing from there. So, but it's up to each individual. It really doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, you get a different layout on the phone. You get the vertical, and it's
right,
skinny. Whereas if you do it on your laptop, it gives you the horizontal view. And on the phone, I've never tried to submit it to 3Speak as a short. I don't really care. Again, 3Speak to me, that's why I decline the rewards. It's just a repository. I mean, you could use YouTube. In fact, if you don't have premium, you pretty much have to use YouTube to upload your video because you can't embed. You have to embed, and to embed, you need the edit and you need the extended thread feature. So without the embed, you got to make your shorts on 3Speak, on YouTube, or some other repository that I don't know about. I mean,
So,
I don't know if Instagram works, but I haven't figured out TikTok. So,
TikTok, I haven't bothered with ever.
well, I went to TikTok and I tried. The URL didn't work. I tried the embed code. It doesn't use the iframe stuff, so that doesn't work. So TikTok, as far as I know, I couldn't figure out. I haven't tried Instagram. If they have an embed code that's iframe, then I guess Instagram Shorts would work or whatever the hell they call them. But You have to find some repository because Leo doesn't have a repository, and that's why I use ThreeSpeak, or probably YouTube's the easiest if you're not going to do ThreeSpeak.
So you're declining the rewards on ThreeSpeak.
Yeah, because I'm just using that as a repository.
Okay. And then like on ThreeSpeak for shorts, they said you got to record it in portrait mode.
Yeah, and that's why the videos that I did on my phone, I didn't submit on as Leo short or a ThreeSpeak shorts. Obviously, the ones I do on my laptop aren't even eligible for that. But again, I don't care because I'm not submitting them to ThreeSpeak for ThreeSpeak. I'm submitting them to ThreeSpeak because it's a place to host it and
Right.
host the content, and then I can put it on Leo.
Because Leo doesn't care if it's in portrait mode or in
No, no.
landscape, whatever.
Well, Leo doesn't have either. It's just you're embedding a video.
Right.
What size the video is in terms of the screen or what mode it's in doesn't matter. It's you're embedding the video, and the iframe is picking up whatever it is. So, at that point, it really doesn't matter one way or another. And the key is to get the Leo Shorts tag trending. The key is to get people to see this. The key is to get this stuff filled up, and maybe other people jump on board and get a hell of a lot more video up there, and get people interacting with it.
So those turtles in the fountain, did you post those?
Yeah, that was off my phone. That was on a walk. There's a fountain, a little pond, turtle pond, not far from me. So, those are obviously, I don't have to explain shorts to anybody because most people know them. But that you could do anything as a short. It's see a seagull walking on the beach or a pigeon walking on the sidewalk, you can film it. It's again, it's content, and there's something else that I am convinced of. We need to get a million hours of video on Leo. That's just the way it is. You need to get content for people to view. And obviously, at 1 minute at a time, that's going to take a long time. But when you start to post documentaries, you start to post. Here's another thing tying into the video, moving on, getting away from the shorts for a second. I throw YouTube videos that I'm watching, that I'm going to watch. If I see a YouTube video, I grab it and I create a thread. I grab the URL, the share URL. I create a thread. It shows up on Leo, and then I right click and open in a new tab, and I watch it on Leo. Why the fuck should I watch a YouTube video on YouTube? Why not just take it and throw it on Threads and right click on it and watch it on Threads? Especially, shorts you have to embed, and it's a pain in the ass because you got to wait the 5 minutes sometimes before it shows up. But when you're just taking a regular video off YouTube, you grab the share URL and just throw that in your thread. Boom, it's right there instantly. And then I'll watch the video or half the video if I don't enjoy it. And if I want, I'll sometimes put a poll with it. Say, what do you think of this video?
Yeah, that one we watched with the shawarma yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad we ate lunch already.
Yeah, that was one that just came up. It's like, okay, this is different. And that was like a 45-minute video or something.
Yeah, we watched the whole 40 minutes. We're like,
yeah, it's like, okay. And there's 45 minutes on Leo. These are the things that people can do. Instead of saying, good morning, people. Oh, the weather's so shitty out. Fine. But what the fuck are you doing? And that's where I think this is crucial. Somebody can go watch that video of the bull a year from now. Perfectly valid. If you want to see how to cook a bowl. Um, I mean, it's any of this stuff is legit. And, documentaries. I posted some World War II documentaries. You don't think they're going to be valid in 3 years? World War II ended like 80 years ago.
Yeah, close
It's
to
not
80.
changing. So it's up there and people can watch it. As I said, you got so much content on YouTube. And I've even taken and started embedding other people's three speak stuff just onto to threads. I mean, we could grab all that and pull it over. We and I'd love to know if there's other video sites. Rumble's another one. I can't figure out for the life of me how to get anything from Rumble uh, into threads. They don't seem to have an embed code, and the URL doesn't work. It just shows up as the URL. It doesn't show up as with the video player. So, but if there's other video platforms, I mean, let's take the content. Let's get it up there. And, hell, throw up a video, tie a poll to it, usually tag video polls, Leo shorts if it's a short, and let's get this stuff going. I mean, the great thing about a poll is you can actually vote on the video later after the week. I mean, you can't vote on the thread after a week, but if let's say you take a 3-speak video that you do, and you take the 3-speak video and you put it in a thread, and you put a poll with it. What do you think of this video? 5, 3, 1, or 3, 2, 1, or ABC, or whatever you use. After 7 days, I can't vote on that video.
Right.
But if it's on threads, after 7 days, I can't vote on the thread. But I can vote on your poll. And so over time, if that video keeps playing and it's a video that people see and it's a video that is worth a damn. And when I say worth a damn, I'm not talking about the quality. I'm saying like you're talking about something that you're not talking about the upcoming game tomorrow night. You're talking about Gone with the Wind. You do a video about Gone with the Wind or whatever. People can vote on that a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, because there's a poll and they watch a video and Lisa does a video of talking about what she thought about Gone with the Wind. And it's a 5-minute video or 8-minute video and, a movie review video. And boom, there it is. And 5 years later, you see it and it's like, okay, this was great. Or, I've been posting some clips from a movie and then rate the movie, not the clip. What did you think of the movie? What did you think of Die Hard? Was it a 5? Was it a 3? Was it a 1? Or, whatever the hell the movie was. I mean, that's something you can do. I mean, we have to start using these tools to build interactions. And I keep going back to Bradley Arrow because I give him credit starting with those memes and funny, not funny. Something as simple as that with his memes, they stick. 2 years from now, somebody can click on that, not funny, or they can click funny on the meme if they come across it. And if there's a recommend engine, people are going to see that stuff.
Well, yeah, you thought this was funny. How about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's, it goes based on the tags. It goes based on the traffic. It goes based on, the poster or whatever. And so suddenly you start getting other memes with polls in them from Bradley. I go to the polls tab and I scroll down and I vote on the polls that are there that I can, which is most of them I can vote on. I mean, a lot of them are Adam Barrett's, and most of the time I haven't read this book or I haven't visited this place. So, but I'm at least voting in the poll. He gives those options. And then most others I can vote in. AI images. I do the same thing. I create some images, throw them up there. What do you think this image? Five, three, two, one. Simple.
Yeah, some of those AI images are like very realistic looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's the technology's getting better. So this is stuff that we need to start doing, and we need to start thinking of different ways to get content in there that people can interact with. And if somebody posts, "Good morning, friend," what the fuck you want me to do with that? Apply good morning? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that,
But it's
unless
not
that's
gonna
the only thing
stay.
you do. If that's the only thing you do, you're panty waist. It's like, get the hell out of here. And those are people who usually complain the most and bitch the most and say, "Oh, this isn't working or that isn't working or we need to just shut up and do something." And that's what it always comes back to.
What was it? The amount of content, the amount of video content on YouTube is like staggering, and even on Speak, it's like holy cow.
I I one of the tabs I have open, which is the end of the day, so I can't even click on them because they're like 85 across. But um, I pulled up some YouTube stats and I forget what it is. It's like 500 hours every second. 500 hours of video is uploaded every second to YouTube. It's some ungodly number. The million hours is like 2 days of YouTube uploads. That's all it is. It's like 2 days. It does like 500,000 hours per day is uploaded to YouTube.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting here saying, can you post 10 videos a day? It's not that hard. 10 videos at, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes per video is like 2.5 hours. Well, if we have 25 or 50 people doing that, what do you think that adds up to over the course of a few months? A hell of a lot of hours of video. And you're not telling me there's not 50 people on Leo every day who don't watch 10 or 12 YouTube videos. We all do. Because you can't do anything without running into a YouTube video somewhere.
And one of the things I noticed is that when you're watching those YouTube videos, even on Leo, you can go back and the person that posted it on YouTube is still getting the views.
Yeah, it's a view on YouTube. I mean, it's a view for the YouTuber. That's why they allow embedding. I mean, it's like they want people to, because YouTube doesn't have any advertising on YouTube itself. It's in the videos. You don't look at the YouTube screen and see advertising. You see it in the video.
Mm-hmm.
So before the video or maybe during the video or whatever. So they want it spread far and wide because that's just more traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why if you have a video site, you make sure each of your videos has your logo tattooed in one of the corners. That's what made YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, TikTok. TikTok videos were showing up on YouTube. And what did every TikTok video on YouTube have? It had the TikTok logo. And so over time, TikTok became very popular. I would presume now YouTube probably stopped the embedding of TikTok videos into YouTube, but or the uploading of them. But I mean, it's this is where it comes down to. It's if Web3 is going to take on these main industry established companies in the industries, whether you're talking YouTube, which is helping to disrupt Hollywood, or you're talking Hollywood, you're talking, entertainment. It's all about eyeballs. It's all about the attention economy. And, I'm not going to create a 45-minute video, high quality video on 3Speak. I'm not going to do it on YouTube either. Now, there are people who do that, but that doesn't mean we can't start the process of getting content up there. It doesn't mean we can't start the process of pushing traffic. Doesn't mean, I mean, it's all there for the taking. And it does not take very long to post 10 videos from YouTube. It just doesn't. Look at my feed, it's full of videos.
Even if you're taking your time, it doesn't take that long.
No, it doesn't. And if I really wanted to do it, and maybe I will, maybe I'll just be a jackass one day. I could probably do a YouTube search. I don't know. Let's say of crypto. I mean, I don't watch any crypto channels because YouTube crypto influencers are douchebags. But I probably could say, okay, crypto. Scroll down and get probably 15 videos. And I bet I could put them on threads. I bet it would take less than a minute per video. In fact, I know it would take less than a minute per video. Because it's just simply copying, it's just moving back and forth between the tabs. And so I could do 15 videos in under 15 minutes.
Yeah, like those news, I just like searched for news live streams and of course in English. I mean, just a whole bunch of them came up right in a row and didn't take hardly any time at all for me to know.
Yeah, I mean, the live streams are also interesting because that runs all day. I mean, they do those stream for like 12 hours, some of them, and then obviously they cut it off and then they start a new stream the next day. But yeah, shit like that is, it was like I posted a live stream in the Kentucky Derby. I don't think it worked during the Derby because they ended up snapping it because of copyright issues on YouTube, not on Leo. It was just the feed went down. But I ended up posting. I posted yesterday the Kentucky Derby. If you didn't see it, here it is. Here's the Kentucky Derby because YouTube, the full Kentucky Derby. Start to finish was like 6 minutes. I mean, because of the photo finish and took 3 minutes to figure out who won or whatever. But there, it's posted. Didn't take any time at all. So these are the things that, I mean, it's, I just can't stress enough. Is it better if it was original content? Yes, of course. And that's why maybe go through 3Speak and grab the embed codes. It's a little bit more work. And, some of this stuff is, questionable because of the quality. But post that shit on YouTube, on Threads. What the hell? I might start doing that. I mean, I got like 2,700 videos between my two accounts. I could post a crap load of videos if I wanted. I mean, it's just, it's there. Why aren't we taking advantage of this? Why aren't people doing it? And I don't really give a shit if people upvote the thread or not. Doesn't matter.
It's just putting it there to have it out there, to have something for people to come and, to have a purpose for hanging around.
Yeah, yeah. It's called "What the fuck do we have on Leo?" What do people look for? They look for information. They look for news. They look for entertainment. They look at stuff that interests them. They look at stuff that is funny. They look at stuff that amuses them. And I do give people credit. There are some people, jokes on Leo, they're putting up jokes and quotes and stuff like that. And that's all wonderful. Memes, all wonderful. I mean, photography, everybody who puts up an original photograph should put a poll with it. Everybody on Threads. Why? Because who gives a shit about the upvotes on your thread? You want the votes on the photo itself. Did you like this? Yes or no? What do you think of this? Yes or no? Is it great, good, not so good? And it doesn't take very long to do that. And we do need to get the original content on Leo Shorts. So people need to go start filming their kid running around naked, or the cat chasing the dog, or, birds pooping on their car, or whatever the hell people post on short. The science experiment in the fridge that you finally pull out from behind that old carton of milk. That stuff needs to be there. Because if
That's
it's
what
not,
people will look for.
what?
That's the kind of stuff people look at.
Yeah, well, and I keep posting them, and obviously I'm using another account on ThreeSpeak to post them, and so I'm going to keep pushing this and see how many views I can get on all this stuff. Obviously none of these videos are getting 1,000 views, but that's not the point.
So you talked about an alt account. Did you put another account on ThreeSpeak?
Well, I post. I don't post them through Taskmaster. I post it through something else.
Mm-hmm.
Another account that was set up tied to LEOGlossary that I already had it tied to my email account. So I just use that to post the shorts as the repository, and then I use Threads as the legitimate the legitimate distribution, if you will. I mean, people can still view it on ThreeSpeak, but I just use that as a repository. I don't use YouTube, but somebody could use YouTube if they wanted to as a repository.
But the point is to get people over to Web3.
Well, yeah, it's obviously if you don't have a premium account, you have to use YouTube because you don't have the embed feature. So
Right.
that has to be done. Or some other video hosting platform that maybe I don't know about. But either way, you need something that works with iframe. Well, no, you can't use iframe because you're not embedded. So, I mean, but again, if we just had premium people do it, there's over 200 premium members. They should be putting up shorts every day, at least one or two. Get one or two shorts from 100 people. That's 200 shorts. That's going to get some attention. But like anything, it requires people doing something and doing it consistently and doing it every day. If I put up 5, 6 shorts every day and that's it, we're not getting anywhere. Cal is not building something on into the Leo platform just for me. I can assure you that he will not be doing that.
Mhm.
So if I'm the only one screaming for it, I'm the only one using it, he's not going to do it.
And then what would that? I mean, what would something like that look like on Leo? Would it just be the ability? Would it be added to the premium? Would it be added
With what?
like ability to upload video onto Leo?
You could make that a premium only feature. I don't know if you would want to. You'd have to think long and hard about that because you want people adding content. But that might be something you build into as part of the premium package. Um, it kind of is because embedding videos is only premium.
Right, because you have to have the character capacity.
Yep. So it kind of is already. Yeah, I mean, if we had 75 or 100 shorts done a day, it'd be a mess. And that would be a great place to get to where it's just a total mess because then Cal would have to do something about it because it would be a total mess. But that's where you create the data, then you figure out how to sort it, and that's what then they would have to do. They would probably have to create a menu or something and really start to structure things. But until that happens, it's not going to it's not going to go anywhere. And I don't know how many other people have created too many shorts. There's probably been a couple people who created one or two, and that's about it.
I haven't created any of them yet, but
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you because it's not even trending, and it only takes like 25 in a day to trend. So, but again, there's something else. News on Leo, polls, Leo shorts. Those would be three good tags to have on trending every day.
and now that the polls are sticking, the polls are seem to be sticking around.
Well, that could change next week, but
I know I don't want to.
yeah, I mean, the stuff doesn't disappear. It's all there. It's just they fuck with the UI and they wipe some stuff out. But yeah, I mean, how difficult is it to put three? And I do have to say, I give credit also there. Many people are doing polls. They're putting up polls. So that's a positive sign. And that's one of the reasons why we see polls on the trending page. And we also see News on Leo on the trending page because people are doing News on Leo things on the trending page. And as you said, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity on YouTube to. I mean, you could type in CNN, you could type in CNBC, Fox Business, Sky News, BBC. Um,
Al Jazeera has an English.
uh, you know, there's all kinds. If you know the the 4 letter call sign, WKTLA in Los Angeles or whatever, which will only be an ABC affiliate. There's so much stuff there that you could pull from, and just throw up there, and you can go into different shows. And I mean, I've never even. I'll have to do that later. I don't even know if Netflix has a YouTube account. If they do, what's in there? I mean, that could be mine. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. And as I said, there might be other video hosting platforms that you could get other content from that might somehow put us on the radar. Nobody on YouTube's ever going to notice us. But if there's analytics on a much smaller site and they see all these feeds coming in from INLEO, well, maybe they check it out. Now that's why I was trying to scour Rumble, but the last time I checked, they didn't have any embed code, so it didn't work.
I just saw a glimpse of that Rumble from somewhere, something else I looked at today. I'd never heard of that one before.
Yeah, it's kind of an alternate to YouTube. It's pretty big. It's like 50 million users. It's censorship free, kind of. All the people who get in trouble on YouTube always recommend Rumble. And it's like, you
Okay.
assholes, you're in the same position there as you are anywhere else. They just don't know it because Rumble so far, anytime they've gotten a DCA for, you know, not necessarily copyrighted material, but for material that, oh well, we don't like this. So some member of British Parliament wrote a letter to Rumble. Uh, well, it was about Russell Brand, and they wrote the same letter to YouTube, and YouTube demonetized Russell Brand. Rumble basically said fuck off. Um, but you get the wrong alphabet company knocking on your door, you suddenly have a way of submitting. So I mean but again, there's a lot of stuff on Rumble that, especially as it has to deal with crypto and conspiracy theories and all that stuff, which tend to fit with our user base across, well, the entire Web3 spectrum. I mean, some of those videos would be cool to get on there, but have to figure out how to grab them. And so far, I mean, Rumble doesn't have it, but again, maybe there's other video platforms. But between YouTube and what we can create with shorts, they're it's not that big a deal to get 10, 15 videos up per day per person.
And even with, like you said, well, the premium people are the only ones who can do that because.
Well, not with YouTube. You could grab the YouTube and you can grab a YouTube URL and you got to grab the share, and it works. You can throw it in a thread and it shows up. Um, doesn't work with YouTube Shorts. There you have to have the embed. I don't know why, but I tried it yesterday. It doesn't work. You have to use the embed. And 3Speak, you have to use the embed. 3Speak, you grab the URL, doesn't work. It says copy link. You copy the link, post it to a thread. It just shows you the link. You'd have to press it. So it doesn't put the viewer in the thread.
That's weird how that does that.
I don't know. It may be something that they have to program. I don't know. I mean, the link shows up, which then again, if you just put a link in there, you're not showing up on the latest feed anyway with a link. So it's worthless. YouTube does. YouTube shows up in the latest feed. So they put an exception for that, which is smart. That you want these videos on the feed. You don't want them hidden.
Okay, well, if we don't have anything else, I think that can be it for tonight.
That is all I had.
Okay, well, thanks to all of you who watched. I'm sorry the embed didn't show up in my threadcast. What was there this morning when I put it there, but for whatever reason, it disappeared now. So maybe I'll just put the replay up there.
Yep, good idea.
Okay, well, everyone, have a good night, and we will see you again next week.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.